Hello boys and girls, welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2019. We are in the Pro Cyclist mode riding as Max Venturi, a 19-year-old neo-pro in his first season as a professional. He's had a tough time of it in the last couple of races. Let's hope though that he can turn things around next time out. We just hit level 3. That was more through attrition or just simply by hanging around more than anything else. Had some really troublesome days at the back end of the last race. Let's scoot things along to his next race. Okay, so here we are. Time for the next race. We've had invites from Paris-Roubaix and Milan-San Remo. Paris-Roubaix is an objective of ours, so that's fabulous. Milan-San Remo, that's a classic as well, so that's always a good race. Let's get rid of those two. We don't need to see them anymore. Let's dive straight into the action here. Let's have a look at the stage ahead of us. It's a 10-kilometer time trial. And we're certainly not going to be among the favourites here. But let's dive into the race and see how we fare. So here we go. Time trial ahead of us. We've got to finish in the top 50. That's our objective for this one. We have a few guys that go before we do. We'll get ready over the pause button just to be safe. Alright, here we go. So, let's get our effort going now. It is a nice flat stage, so we should be using more or less 1 for 1. So as the distance ticks away, so too should the energy. Let's just make sure that we've got that measured up. My computer's got a couple of processes running in the background, unfortunately, so it's just bogging down a little bit more than it normally would. Using a little bit too much energy in the early stages here, so we'll just dial that back just a little bit. That looks a bit better. Just looking up here at these two, trying to make these match each other as best we can. The distance remaining is just got ahead of the available energy. So we'll just turn up his effort bar a little bit in the home stretch now. Really start to crank that energy and that effort up. The good thing is we're closing in on these guys ahead of us, which is always a positive. And we're feeling good as well, so we're looking not too bad for a pretty solid result here. Just going to drop down the energy just a touch because we've just got a little bit ahead of ourselves here. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that's happened, to be honest. Pretty happy with the way that time trial went. I don't think we're going to set any world records with it, but that's second fastest of the early runners. Let's scoot things along, get to the results, and see how we stand at the flag. But second fastest to start with, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So there it is, and we actually walked away with a top 10 result there, so I'm pretty happy with that. 10th place, in the end, the best placed of the Total Direct Energy riders as well. So yeah, really happy with that performance. We're sitting in the top 6 and 7 for a long time, and then Joseph Cerny and a couple of others have come in towards the end and bumped us off. But yeah, top 10 result, really happy with that. 3rd place in the under 25, so let's not get too concerned about that. How'd the boss like it? That's the important thing. 15 points, finished in the top 10, so that's always a bonus. And the boss, exceptional. Yeah, that's what we like to see. So he's very happy with us. Picked up some good points for that as well. So good result. We really did need that one after a tough tour last time out. So let's have a look at the first stage that we're going to really take on here. It's quite lumpy. I don't think it's going to play to the strengths of young Max just for the moment. His hills and mountains just aren't there yet. He's not too bad on cobblestones and those sorts of things. He's actually a reasonably handy time trialist and prologist as well, but that won't serve us too well in this one. Let's dive straight in. Okay then, here we go. We've got a lot of Category 2 and a couple of Category 1 climbs to deal with today. It's a short stage, only 109 kilometers, but we're constantly going either up or down. It's really going to take its toll on the riders. Let's dive into the action, see what we're being given in terms of an objective, and see just how badly Max Venturi is going to suffer on the bike today. So here we are then, ready to roll out just over 100 kilometers, but constantly up and down all day long. It doesn't look like the weather's very good either. Let's have a look at the objectives. You're in the service of your leaders, and it's an important role because without loyal support teammates, no strategy can be avoided. Work at the head of the group for 15 kilometers with at least one teammate in the group. Okay, I think we can do that. So tuck away for the moment. That's good advice. So we're just going to sit in this this group and just do what we're told. We're not having a good day, but today already we're not going to see another return like we saw in the time trial. We snagged a top 10 result, but we are moving forwards up towards the head of peloton, which is good. A couple of riders heading out on the attack, that's fine. Not interested in doing that ourselves. One of the gotchas that we had last time going out in those breakaways really punished us. So early stages here, we'll sit in this breakaway in the front end of this peloton rather, and see what happens. Just be given an instruction to effectively chase the breakaway. So I've been told to get on the front and ride, basically. Not happy that the breakaway has a small advantage, so we'll jump on the front and we'll lead the peloton as best we can. And at the moment, I've just got it set on solo effort. Quite happy just to sit out here, try and reel these guys in, which we are doing, just very, very slowly. It's going. Holding sway more than anything else, but let's just up the pace just a little bit, see if we can pull these guys in, keep the boss man happy. We'll be at the front for 25, for 4 kilometers to the 25 that we need. Going up the climb here, I'm just going to sit in the wheel track. There's not a whole lot of point in working ourselves too hard in the early stages of this one. We'll see if we can stay at the front end of the group and then perhaps on the descent jump back on the front and push on again, trying to accrue our kilometers that way, because I think if we're going to try and lead the field up the climbs, we're really going to struggle. Venturi not yet an accomplished climber, who's have to work on that. Also, the ambition here is to be a GC contender, and obviously if he's climbing at 59 and 62 for the hills, then that's not going to be anywhere near good enough. We're sucking up the energy really quickly here. We're going to have to be careful. already. I think this stage is going to finish us off pretty quickly today, because this is just category 2 climb. In the first category 2 climb we've got 1, 2, 3 more of those, and 2 category 1 climbs coming on as well. We've run out of yellow energy. There goes our red bar. Pop goes the weasel. We're not even at the top of the first, second category climb. So it's going to be a long old day for Max Venturi. Try and recover some of that energy. Really what we need the red bar to fill back up. We also need the yellow bar to fill back up. So we sort of need the red one to get full. It's just not happening the way this race is going. We're just not strong enough by any stretch. It's like we're way out of our depth. Still just in the peloton, but only just. We're certainly at the back end of it. The problem here is that we're covering a bit of energy now. This is a comparatively short descent, and then it's straight into another category 2 climb. So this is going to be another long day. We're going to get popped out the back here pretty quickly, I would suggest. We've covered our red bar. We're getting a little bit of yellow bar back now as well, but we're going to get that back just in time for the roads to turn skywards once again. Here we go. It's going to be a long old day. Long old day for Max Venturi. Climbing at 70 effort level, and he's just being left behind. We can't afford to go much more than that. We've got so little energy left. Even 70 is probably a little bit too much. Let's drop it back 1 or 2. We are now about to drop out of the peloton. There we go. We're out of it. We're in the caboose already. Not the only one, but this is early for a day where we were asked to head the field for 15 kilometres. We managed 5. And that's about it. It's just right to our own effort as well. Try and just maintain a little bit of effort, of energy rather. It's going to be a long old day, I think. He's gone. He's out on the bike. This is not going to help him at all. He wouldn't think. He is in very, very deep trouble once again. Right, so we've just got over the final category 1 climb of the stage. We did get dropped, as you might expect. We're now just riding our way into the flag. We're too far back. I would suggest to catch on to the back of the group ahead of us, which has 30 odd riders in it. We're on a long descent, but even still, we're just not making the progress that we need. And there's another climb ahead of us, so even if we do get back on, I imagine we'll be popped straight back off. But that's right, it is what it is with Max at the moment. The lesson here is that we need to really work on his stamina, and more the point is climbing, because whenever there's a climb, it really takes him out of it. So if we can increase his climbing ability, that might just solve our issues. We have to be careful about how we do that. But next time we get an opportunity, that I think is where we're going to put our points. So 10 kilometers to go, one more climb, and then the day is over once again for Max Venturi, way out the back. There we go, a final flourish across the line, well down the order. I don't know where we finished in all of that, but it's well down. Not a good day for him. 127th in the end, not a good day. Really not equipped to deal with these Category 1 and Category 2 climbs. So here are the results. John Hebert, one of our riders at the same time, which is always well. So let's have a look at the GC. Yeah, no one really in contention anywhere there, and I've fallen way down to 38th in even the young riders classification. We're still top 10 in the team's classification, but again, it's not going to be a good event for us. Poor evaluation. We've still got 1% manager satisfaction, so that's okay. And Hebert impressive manager picked up 9 points for that stage. So yeah, another poor showing from Max Venturi. We really do need to do something to get his mountain and the hills going, because that's where he is really starting to struggle. Also, just in his resistance and stamina, they're struggling as well. We need to do something to really strengthen him up a little bit. We'll do that probably after this race. We're not going to get much of an opportunity, I don't feel, before then. So we'll just get through this one. Let's have a look. What are we looking at for the next stage? More hills and more hills. So it's going to be another tough one. Classified as a flat stage, strange enough, despite the little lumps throughout. So we'll come back and have a look at that one. Thanks once again for your company. Don't forget, leave your comments below. How can we make Max Venturi a little bit stronger, particularly on the climbs? Don't forget, if you like this video, give us the big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button as well so you don't miss any of the action. We've got a whole series of videos of Max Venturi coming along. We will be back in a couple of days' time with the next episode, though, so do stick around with us. But until then, keep riding.